I guess the only thing to do now is to try and put this bigger transmission cooler on here with an electric fan. I'm going to add it to the pack of coolers that are on the truck. Add it right to the front of my pack. I've got a fan on the back, and I'm going to wire this fan up so that it works with that fan. I think it should be pushing air through it, so this one will be sucking air through it. And hopefully that'll make my transmission stop slipping. Once the transmission starts slipping, it's probably garbage, but I don't know. I haven't learned anything on this whole adventure. And what I did was go over to my shelf and steal parts from the slag hag. That's something that kind of irritates me because I hate to steal parts from a project. I've been saving all this stuff to put that truck together, and now this truck is the original thief around here that just steals everything. All the good stuff, everything I have, everything I do with this truck, I'm always needing something. And now I'm stealing parts from a project that I'd like to be working on. What size is that? 3/4? I don't know who Les was, but I've got his wrench. Zip tying everything. Zip tying these lines up out of the way. Try and do a nice, neat job. And then we got to wire in the fan. Yeah. And I don't know why everybody who's selling something on the internet has to be such a dick. You know, just because you're selling something and people are going to ask questions doesn't mean that you have to be such a dick about it. This is what I think. I think if you're selling something on the internet, you should expect a certain amount of stupid questions and responses. And that's just part of selling something. I mean, imagine if you were selling it on your front lawn. You're going to deal with a few people pulling up that are just a bunch of idiots, don't know what they're looking at. Is that a pickup truck? Well, does it look like a pickup truck? Sure does. All right, then it's a pickup truck, you know? But no, on the internet, these people are prepared ahead of time for the idiots that are going to stumble upon it and ask stupid questions. And they say right away, no stupid questions. Well, what if I had a question that might be stupid to you, but not stupid to me? What if I want to offer you less money for your used piece of junk auto parts? Is that okay? No, it says in the description that that's not okay. I read ahead of time that I'm not allowed to offer less money for the used parts. Now, this is a little bit absurd. If you're selling used auto parts on the internet, shouldn't you expect that you might sell it for less money than what you want? Shouldn't you expect somebody to offer less? What happened to the customer being right? I think this is just one more area where people are pretty out of control. The kitten's purring. I want to take it for a ride and see what it'll do. Try not to beat it too hard. I don't really feel like breaking down. Sure it still has reverse. Why do I have so much trouble with this? Ready to go for a ride, thinking it's gonna work, right? It's gonna work. Oh, now we're in reverse. Maybe I'm low on fluid again. Let's check the fluid one more time. I was in reverse and then it slips out. Got forward gear. Trouble finding reverse. the oil in? Where would it have gone? Got oil in it. Let's just take it on a little cruise and see how it does. To slip, but at the same time now I'm noticing that it's starting to try and shift. So I wonder if when I feel it slipping, if it's just confused and it thinks it's time to shift and it gets hung up. But now I'm scared again, so I'm gonna go around the loop. There's nothing wrong with it besides it's just confused when to shift. But when I first get in it, I can never figure out why first gear doesn't seem to engage right, but now it's in first gear. First gear. Now I'm in reverse. So initially we started in drive, and as it tries to shift, it seems like it's slipping. I've got to figure that out. Might be something to do with the governor. The last transmission worked okay. It would shift as long as I had this rigged up vacuum line. It's rigged up now to the governor or whatever that's called, vacuum modulator thing. I don't know. We still got reverse. It's a little bit scary for me because if I break down in the middle of the driveway or something, I'm going to have a hell of a time trying to get this thing home without destroying everything around me. I hardly have anything capable of moving it. Put it down in first gear and it goes right in now. We're just getting acquainted, me and this transmission. I think it's working. Put it in reverse and it goes in. be fine.